Wednesday is not just a great series. It is a project that managed to unite two different audiences. The first season proved to everyone that the Addams family is still interesting to viewers. That's why season 2 is coming soon. And according to rumors, the main antagonist will be Edward Scissorhands, who wants to get his hands back. You probably know that the Addams family is very large. The most underdeveloped character is Thing, the living, severed right hand. But who is he? What is his story? What does Edward Scissorhands have to do with it? You will get the answers to all these questions in my video. Hello everyone, this is Eugene, and today we will explore a strange but very interesting theory about the second season of Wednesday. Rumors are circulating that Johnny Depp will return to the role of Edward Scissorhands. But what role is he supposed to play in this dark story? At first glance, it seems that Edward has nothing to do with the Addams family, but that's not the case. You know that this strange character has scissors and blades instead of hands? That's how his creator made him. He originally planned to give Edward real hands, but before he could do so, the inventor passed away. These two hands are now known to us as Thing and Southpaw, both of whom found their place among the odd and unusual, just like themselves. I think we should start by uncovering the mystery of the Addams family. Specifically, who is Thing, the enigmatic living hand and a member of the family? The thing is, this character has two different origin stories. The first dates back to 1938, when the Addams family was first introduced. The second is a more modern take that emerged after the release of the Wednesday series. Both versions have the right to exist. Which one do you like more? Share your thoughts in the comments. Well, I won't keep you waiting. Let's dive into the main theory for Wednesday Season 2. Thing first appeared in 1938, created by American artist Charles Addams for newspaper comics. He lived in a box and rarely came out, only for family gatherings or to help solve important problems. Even back then, the comics hinted that he was Gomez's childhood friend. In the 1960s, the Addams Family TV series hit the screens. Of course, Thing was there too, and just like in the comics, he lived in a box and almost never left it. However, even then, his backstory remained largely unexplained. The 1991 film didn't attempt to explain who he was or how he came to be. However, with the advancements in filmmaking technology, the approach to his character changed dramatically. He was no longer confined to a box. Thing could move around freely and communicate using sign language. So, we understand the history, but where did Thing actually come from? According to the writings of Charles Addams, the creator of the Addams family characters, it becomes clear that Lurch, the family's butler and servant, had a father, Lurch Sr., who worked as a gardener. One day, while trimming the cursed rose bushes, he pricked his right hand on a thorn, triggering a cursed infection that could not be stopped. Grandmama Addams wanted to save her servant and lover, so she decided to amputate his hand. But something bizarre and unexplainable happened. In true Addams family fashion, instead of cutting off just the hand, she somehow amputated the entire body, leaving only the right hand alive. It's kind of like that old joke about the snake that got its tail cut off all the way up to its head. And so, the body of Lurch Sr. perished, while his cursed right hand became part of the Addams family, earning the name Thing. But some fans didn't take well to these writings. All this time, many believed that Thing was once part of Frankenstein's body, but for unknown reasons escaped from his master and found a home with the Addams family, becoming their eternal servant. This theory also sounds quite plausible. So both of these old versions had every right to exist. But now, here's where it gets really interesting. After the release of Wednesday, created by Tim Burton, we learned that there are actually two hands, Thing and Southpaw. Wednesday herself mentions this in one of her dialogues. Many assumed it was just a nod to the original 1960s series, where the director jokingly swapped hands during filming, hoping that sharp-eyed viewers would notice. However, since the series has been greenlit for a continuation, and we know that after Wednesday Season 2, Netflix plans to release a full-length movie with all the same actors, this opens the door to a new possibility. And knowing Tim Burton and his longtime collaboration with Johnny Depp, who, I remind you, was the lead in almost all of Burton's films, including Edward Scissorhands, Sleepy Hollow, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Dark Shadows, and more, a new theory has emerged, and I invite you to dive into it with me. So, let's begin. Johnny Depp was originally offered a role in Wednesday, first as Gomez's father, then as Uncle Fester, but he turned it down. However, after the first season aired, Johnny admitted that he had made a mistake and expressed interest in joining the project. But in what role? I think you've already guessed. Tim Burton, the creator of Edward Scissorhands, owns all the rights to the character, meaning he could easily bring this nostalgic icon back to the screen. That would be nothing short of a masterpiece. Checkmate. Now, you might say this sounds absurd, but no, dear subscribers and guests of the channel, what would be truly absurd is not using such a beloved character as Edward Scissorhands. This new theory suggests that Thing and Southpaw were originally created by the inventor, Edward Scissorhands' father. However, he never got the chance to give them to Edward because he passed away. The inventor had a fascination with Rube Goldberg machines, those overly complicated contraptions designed to perform simple tasks like cracking an egg. And whether out of boredom or for fun, he built Edward using a salad-cutting machine. Step by step, he constructed his circulatory system, legs, and head, with the final step being his hands. He intended to give Edward these prototype limbs, but his sudden death left them unfinished. According to the theory, the two original living hands somehow ended up with the Addams family, becoming full-fledged members. Now, in Season 2, Edward might want to reclaim his limbs as his rightful property, but does Thing want to return to him? That's another question entirely. Perhaps in the second season, Southpaw, Thing's brother, will go missing, prompting Wednesday to search for him. That's when she could come face to face with Edward Scissorhands. What do you think of this theory? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to discuss it with you and uncover the truth together.